Kia ora koutou. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 51 of Only a Podcast. Say hello, Captain.
Yeah, Captain. Kia ora whanau. Episode 51.
I know.
We're moving on. It's been a while since we've done one, has it?
Life's been getting in the way, hasn't it?
Life. God damn it.
Yeah, really gets in the way.
Life. I'm not going to do politics today. I could do after the announcement of the government, and we could just turn this into a half an hour rant.
My phone pinged breaking news, government, and I didn't even bother reading it. So I don't know what's happened. I'm not interested.
No, we won't go even bother. We won't waste our precious minutes on
exactly
those idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what we got on the show today?
Well, stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of things. There's a thing we've both been to, which we're going to talk about. A film. I don't know, all sorts of things. I've read comments on music that I've got.
We've got books.
And books. Another rant about a price of tickets, which will be a surprise for you, possibly. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But first, how about that stop making sense then?
Yeah. So we both went and saw it, not together, but separately.
Yes. Indeed.
I've only ever seen it once, I think, and that was quite a few years ago. For those that don't know, Stop Making Sense was a film. What do you call it? A concert performance.
Indeed.
Performed for a film. Sorry, that came out terribly. When was it? 1983. Talking Heads. They hooked up with Jonathan Demme, who went on to make some great films, to make this film called Stop Making Sense. It's a concert, basically. And it's just been remastered and re-released into theatres. It's bloody marvellous, isn't it?
It's marvellous.
It's just joyous. It's the thing of joy. We're just sat there just grinning at it. It's just marvellous.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, the basic tale is the stage looks like they haven't done anything to it when David Byrne walks on with a small ghetto blaster, which is all part of a pose, I guess. But and he just does a solo Psycho Killer, and then the concert builds from there, doesn't it? And lackeys bring on drum risers and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Every song you get something different.
Yeah, something new appears on stage. So then you got the bass player, Tina comes on, and then the guitarist comes on, and so you got the full ensemble with some shit hot session players as well. By the way, some really really good musicians on there.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just, I think it's music of the highest quality, isn't it? Something like Talking Heads. When you see it like that, it's just so good.
You might kind of, if you've not been too deeply involved with them, think they're a bit sort of fey and light and wimpy. But this just disabuses that.
Some serious playing going on there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
They're absolutely brilliant. If you've not seen it, folks, catch up. And you can see it on quite a few platforms. It may be the previous version, i.e. the non-remastered version, but hey, it's all good.
Doesn't matter.
I think the remastered one is slightly shorter. It misses a few of the sort of scenery bits out, I think, to the...
maybe. Yeah, it was only 88 minutes.
So.
It was 88 minutes, wasn't it?
It was. I think originally it was just a bit longer than that. But either.
Right. Yeah.
Go. Go. Visit your vicinity. Even if you don't like Talking Heads.
It's a thing to watch. It's good. One of those bands, I think, where I've said this before. I think where the bass player absolutely makes that band. They just wouldn't be the same without Tina Weymouth. She's an incredible bass player. Not the most technically gifted. She's no Jaco Pastorius, but she does it right. She plays it for the song. And I'd forgotten they do some Tom Tom Club stuff, don't they? I'd forgotten about that.
Yes.
So that was good as well. But I'm a big fan of Tina Weymouth. I think she's fantastic. Go see it, folks, if you can, or if not, watch it on your telly bobs, because it's right good. And you heard it here first.
Well, maybe not first.
No. I might have mentioned on here a couple of episodes ago I was about to start a new book, Verse Chorus Monster, which is the memoir, autobiography, call it what you will, of Graham Coxon, the guitar player from Blur and esteemed solo artist and movie soundtrack maker and visual artist, painter, all those things. Bit of a hero of mine, Graham Coxon. Has been since the Blur days, and then he started doing some solo material on the side. While I think when Damon was getting Gorillaz off the ground and Blur were on a bit of a break, he released a string of just brilliant solo albums, and he's kept going. And I've really gone back into them since reading this book. It's really good. A lot of I read quite a few books like this, these sort of rock memoirs, and a lot of them are like, oh, this one time we were in Paris and this happened at the concert, and another time we were doing a concert in Texas and that happened. It's not like that. There is a little bit of that, but it's more about he talks more about himself, as in, you know, he struggled with addiction and mental health and all that kind of stuff, and he talks about that. But the thing I liked the most was he talks about how a lot of his songs came about, which you don't often get in memoirs. They're just telling stories, aren't they? But, you know, he talks about, you know, this chord sequence and these lyrics were from two different songs. I brought them together and made this song. And he talks about how he got into movie soundtracks and how he chose music over painting and all that. Speaking of which, I'm going to do a show and tell. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, you're not going to see this. But bear with me, I'm just stepping away from the mic. Ta-da! I hope you can all see that.
He's holding up a picture of an album cover, which is Happiness in Magazines.
Well spotted. By Graham Coxon. So he did his own artwork. He does all his own artwork, and he's done artwork for other artists as well, actually. But but this is a limited edition print, one of 300, signed by Graham Coxon himself at the bottom there, and hand signed. So I've got number 30 of 300. So that's I've had that for quite a few years now. It's not on the wall at the moment, but it's dead cool.
Excellent. It looks the same colour as my paint.
Funny enough,
my office.
Yeah, when I bought this, this was the same colour as our walls in the lounge. So this hung on the wall as the same colour, which is a bit odd. But yeah, that's that. Bear with me a sec.
So I must say, the album after that, Love Travels at Illegal Speeds, was released to almost universal indifference.
And it's marvellous.
And it's absolutely sensational as a sort of rock-based indie thing with tunes. I just do not know why that wasn't bigger than it was.
Yeah, because he'd had some quite a bit of commercial success with the previous album, that one. With, Freaking Out was a big hit.
I'd expect it would have been built up for that, and then it just went...
But the album after that, of course, was all acoustic, because he went away and he became friends with Bert Jansch and Davy Graham, and he learnt all that John Renbourn style fingerpicking, and he did an album called The Spinning Top, and which was all acoustic folk. And he said in the book, he said that's the first time he felt he'd made a coherent album. You know what I mean? From start to finish, rather than just a collection of songs. Yeah,
I like the collection of songs though. But then he did sort of do a Syd Barrett thing, didn't he? Sort of a Syd Barrett related.
He might
sound alikey thing.
Yeah, he did A&E. The album after that was A&E, which was much more the heavier stuff. And then he got more into doing soundtracks. So he did the End of the Effing World soundtrack and various other things. Did this Super State thing where he wrote a comic book and made music to go with it. Now, of course, he's doing that thing with The Wave, with Eleanor Rose Dougal, who happens to be his real life partner. I didn't even know that. They have a child together.
There you go.
I never knew that. So, good book. Good book, that. Read it if you get a chance.
Good folks.
And funny enough, just as I was finishing that book, I got an idea for another one I wanted to read. So I went to the library app and said, put a reservation on this one. So I put a reservation on, and then the minute I finished the Graham Coxon book, I got a notification from the library saying, your new one's ready. So that was good. So I took that one back and bought this one, and it's this, which is a bit Route 1, and everyone in the world has read it.
Yes, we have those in our house.
You've read them,
I haven't read them. No, I haven't read them.
Okay, well, I'm holding up
by other people.
Richard Osman, The Thursday Murder Club. So I'm about 50 pages in now.
There you go.
That's all right. It's good fun, I think. It's really easy to read. I like the language. I like the style. It's humorous, but it's about murders. So I think that's going to be good. He's just released the fourth one in the series, I think, hasn't he?
Yes. I think we've got two, and they're sort of sitting there ready to be devoured during the holiday period, which is coming up. So hopefully we will get into that.
Yeah. So, so that's what I've been doing. What about yourself?
no books from me. I'm reading a book at the moment about the Russian Revolution, but I won't go into that. This particular war, it's hard because I normally read before bedtime.
Yeah,
and that's maybe not the thing. Because you should be concentrating rather than going to sleep. So it's quite tough to get through. But yeah. Anyway, various things, various comments. Another thing we've both been listening to, I think you listen to as well.
I do.
A new album called Cheers Love, or Cheers Love, or by a guy called Paul Cook, who has a band called the Chronicles. Not the Sex Pistols Paul Cook. Yeah. And it's a singer-songwriter loveliness, isn't it?
It is. It's nice.
Very bright, nice pastoral, good music. He's out there on Bandcamp. I'll probably put a link to the Bandcamp, right? But he is on Spotify as well, if you've got that. Quite a nice album.
It's good stuff. Sort of Neil Finn sort of vibes I was getting from it.
You kind of,
yeah. Yeah. So nice music.
Good.
Nice music. Yeah. Yeah, good.
And another music news. Well, the tour was announced quite a while ago. Morrissey is coming, and I thought, I can't go and see the angry old uncle, much as I'd like to. And then I happened to catch sight of a set list because it's his 40 years of Morrissey tour, including the Smiths, of course. And I read the set list, and I thought, oh God, have I made a mistake here? And I thought, no, I haven't really. I don't want to go and particularly give Morrissey any more money. I'll just play the songs instead. And it's I'll just give you a list of most of them. We hate it when our friends become successful. Suede, Alma Matters, Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before, How Soon Is Now, Girlfriend in a Coma, Irish Blood, English Heart, Half a Person, Speedway, Please, 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 Let Me Get What I Want, Every Day Is Like Sunday, Jack the Ripper, Sweet and Tender Hooligan, and some new stuff which I never ever listened to. But as a set list,
strong, eh?
Yeah. You would want to go and listen to that if it wasn't such a problem listening to Morrissey these days. Yeah. There you go. And another comment about we're back on the ticket rant again.
Oh yeah.
Or I am back on the ticket rant with the announcement that Coldplay are coming to Eden Park in a year's time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I can't tell you how much tickets are because these days they don't do that until the actual day, until you're online waiting in the queue. You don't get to find out how much you're going to spend. But there are many levels of spendage, absurd special guestery and laminated this, that, or the other, and special seats and in a posh person's
all the packages
buffet and all those things. You get all those things.
Yeah.
Okay, but at least you get those things if you spend the money. It's a lot of money. Oh, well, it's bound to be a lot of money, isn't it?
Yep.
However, speaking of a lot of money, the comedian Seinfeld is coming to Auckland. I don't think he's coming down your way.
Sure.
Do you know how much? Do you know? Do you know? Well, you don't, I know, because I've already checked. No. Do you know how much? Have a guess. How much the top ticket for Seinfeld is?
It's a stand-up show, right?
No,
just a stand-up show.
Stand-up, no special thing.
No band.
Just a ticket.
No rig.
Well, whether even if he has support, maybe he has support. I'm not sure. It's a show. You go and you see him.
Yeah.
Emote on stage.
A realistic guess.
How much?
A realistic guess, I would say $150.
Would you?
75 quid.
Would you? Okay. How much to sit near the front? Is that sitting near the front?
I don't know. That's what I know. Tickets are really expensive for.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good job you're sitting down. 849 quid. Dollars rather. To sit near the front of the Seinfeld show.
Who is going to pay that? No one's going to pay that money. Are they?
Well, probably.
Who are the fans that are going to spend that kind of money?
There must be rich people who use it as a status symbol.
Replaced to be corporate packages and all that nonsense. I
guess I get $849 to sit in the front row and listen to Seinfeld. There you go. Staggering, isn't it?
Wow.
It's probably the worst one I've ever heard of. With no other difference other than you are further nearer to Godhead,
Wow.
Anyway, there you go.
Whew.
Terrific.
Okay.
What else we got?
I've got something. So I wrote this down ages ago and we haven't had a chance to record. I've got a new PB, new personal best.
Oh.
Yeah, not marathon or half marathon or anything like that.
Darts?
No. Although my father-in-law got his first 180 a couple of days ago.
Yay!
Yeah. University challenge.
Oh.
I got 17 questions right.
17?
17. My previous PB was 11. I smashed it.
Dude.
I got the first 5 questions right. So much so the wife thought, hang on, has he watched this before? Is he pranking me here? Is he watched? No, I promise I hadn't. I got the first 5 questions right. But I ended up getting 17 questions right. So beat that, anyone out there, if you can. 17 correct answers on Unichal, as we call it.
I might have to have a go, and then we can see what.
Oh,
tell me which episode it was.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, either we could be like detectorists. I'd sort of telling each other whether we watched University Challenge and how many questions we got right.
Yes. So that was good. Yeah, that's a good score. That my best was 11.
Do you think are we getting more culturally? These are the kind of questions they ask young people because we know them and they don't.
No, some of the stuff these kids know. They're 21 years old. Like, how the hell?
I can understand that.
Oh my god. No, the questions just fell nicely for me, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that was good. When they say we're going to the music round now, you're going to hear popular music. Yay! Yes. So I got all the music ones right. Yeah, they just fell for me. But pleased with that. 17. We talked, I think, on the last episode. We mentioned Francis Bourgeois, celebrity train spotter.
Yes, indeed.
And I've got a feeling everyone knows this. I don't think I'm revealing anything here, but I think we went away from that thinking, I'm not sure about this guy. I think he's a bit of a player. Yeah. Well, we were right. I've done a bit of digging. So his real name's Luke Nicholson.
There you go.
He doesn't sound posh. He's from Harlesden. His mum was a nurse. His dad was a teacher, not particularly posh. Went to Nottingham University. He's not a nerdy. Well, he is into trains. That's all real. He loves his trains, but he's not a sort of nerdy train spotter virgin. He's got a very attractive girlfriend. He's done modelling for Gucci.
Oh, there you go.
Because when you look at him, actually, he's a very, very handsome young man. He's model material, I suppose. He's doing all right. And looking at all the stuff he's actually been on, he's quite the celebrity. I didn't know this. But,
there you go.
Yeah, so I learned a bit more about Francis Bourgeois. I had a feeling there was more to him.
Far away from these things. Yeah, no, I had to be really, I suppose.
Yeah.
But getting millions of views on Instagram for wearing a camera on his head.
Yeah, but he's really passionate about the trains.
Pretending to be a geek.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah. Good for him. I've just got one more thing on my little list here, which is I noticed you're wearing a T-shirt today.
I've got 2. Oh no, we were gonna do. What I was wearing when we were gonna record was all that kind of stuff. So today's T-shirt is basically just your plain vanilla, Green Party T-shirt. Is the one I put on this morning. Some other ones I'm going to do a little bit of a plug because I bought them off a dude who's on Instagram and various other places. So we'll come to that next time around. I'll wear one of his and we can plug him a bit.
Here's the thing. So
yes,
when I turned 40, which is a few years ago now, I remember chatting to a mate of mine at the time, and I think a couple of people as birthday presents have bought me T-shirts. I got 2 different Beatles T-shirts from 2 different people, right, for my birthday. And my mate at the time, he said to me, "Oh, T-shirts? So you're 40 now, you can't wear T-shirts." I said, "What?" Yeah. He said, "Oh no, a chap over 40 should always have a collar." And he said, and sportswear is for sports only. And you know what? I kind of...
Are you agreeing with that?
Not agreeing, but I've sort of lived by it. I very rarely wear a T-shirt. I feel quite uncomfortable in a T-shirt. I've always got a collar, a polo shirt or a shirt or something. Very rarely wear a T-shirt, and I certainly don't wear sportswear unless I'm doing sports. So I never wear a sportswear. But I don't know.
That's kind of weird. No, I don't wear collars. I'm exactly the opposite. Oh, it's kind of weird.
How weird.
And yesterday's shirt was a FC Halifax Town away strip.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't know what else about. However, as I did say to you, I am relatively hopeless at deciding clothes to buy and what will look okay. And I generally do it all right. I mean, you go to Barker's, don't you? I mean, that's a good place to get your things. One of the better places I've heard.
For a chap, for a mature chap.
Indeed. There you go. But to the extent as this fit in with one of my recent follows, and can't remember the guy's name now, Marcel. I can't remember his handle on Instagram. Who's a sort of guy who looks a lot like me, and just does little videos of like, do you like his jacket? That goes well with his pants, all that kind of thing. I was like, I'm going to follow Marcel and see how it goes.
Now,
so he might just like suggest a few things. And,
there's a website.
Go, yeah, that's all right. In it.
There's a website, and I can't remember it because it's back in the, well, it's not in the UK, but I last looked at it when I was back in the UK. It's a men's might be women as well, but it was a men's clothing website. And you put you fill in like a questionnaire at the start, and it suggests clothes for you.
Oh, yeah.
So you put in your size, your height, your age, your body shape, all that stuff, load of questions, and it puts together these outfits for you. And it wasn't really expensive. I can't remember the name of the website, but someone out there might remember. But that was quite interesting, just for ideas. But yeah, I don't really. I don't buy.
It could be useful because I am sort of either not wide enough or too tall.
Yeah,
you know,
we're opposite shapes.
Between.
Yeah.
Can I do a large? Well, sometimes you carry off large things, but I can't. So sometimes I do medium, and it's like, well, they're a bit short in various places. So which is another reason I don't get involved. It's like, all right. You need to do the basics.
You need extra length shirts and all that.
That's true. What did those?
Marks and Spencer do
things.
I still buy the only clothes I've bought in the last couple of years have been from Marks and Spencer because I know the sizes absolutely fit me. You can get them,
handy.
Yeah, so I know exactly what size I am. You get them sent over here for not much money, and I know it's not very green to do that, but to be honest, I don't really buy clothes very much these days. There's no money in the kitty for that.
Neither do I.
No.
Suits you, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So, hang on, clicks. Yeah, what have I got left? Yes. This thing. So I was on Netflix last night, and I thought it's time to go to bed. No, so I just watched something else. So I just got half an hour. So I got halfway through the first episode of, just so I could get the flavour of it, Squid Game, the game. Because if you don't know, it's out on Netflix. It isn't Squid Game season 2. It's Squid Game, the reality show.
Real Squid Game without the deaths, I guess.
Without the deaths.
I should have the deaths.
There'd be a lot of people dead in the first game, I'll tell you. So basically, it is Squid Game. It looks like Squid Game. The sets are the same. You know, they've got the giant bunk bed affair to stay in. The first game is the giant robot that plays a tune, and they have to run past the line before 5 minutes are up and not move when the robot is not singing and all that kind of thing. Yep. And the way they did the death was basically they all had a exploding die pack strapped to their chest. And there were motion sensor cameras, and people were exploding the die packs if they saw them move. So, splat.
Brilliant.
All over it. So 100. There were 400 odd people in it. The prize money is, I think, 450. Yeah, there were 456. 456. No, $4,560,000 is the prize.
Nice.
They have the bowl suspended where the money drops in when people. They have all that. It's all there straight off the show. Yeah. And 189 people got through the first bit. But unlike the real Squid Game, the TV show, where you kind of know who you're rooting for, in the first half an hour of the program, I hadn't found anyone I wanted to root for.
Yeah, because there's no backstory, right? Because you get the backstory in the show. Yeah,
but there's a tiny bit of backstory, and people come in and explain, all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and they've obviously given up a large, they had to give up work for like 3 months to film this thing, in case they get through to the end. So it's quite a commitment to be rewarded with nothing when your die pack explodes on the first game and you're out. So there is a bit of backstory with people, but I have not yet in the first half hour found anyone I thought, okay, these guys are okay. I found lots of people that irritate me.
Of course.
I don't know how long I'm going to give it. We shall see in the next episode whether I've managed to watch it.
I'll watch one with the kids over the weekend. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, watch one. Yeah. Let's see how we go. There it is. It's coming out. I don't think all the episodes are up yet. It's not up there as a series yet. It's they're stepping you into it. So,
avoiding spoilers, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Oh, good. Yeah, I might give that a little look over the weekend. Sounds like fun.
Yep. Could be good.
And that is all from me, I reckon.
As I have one further small comment.
Oh, yeah. Go on then.
Which I learnt. Thing I learnt this week.
Oh, you learnt something.
You know when you're watching the coffee adverts on the telly?
Oh, yeah.
And it goes, the finest Arabica beans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the finest. The finest Arabica beans.
Not the regular Arabica beans. The finest ones.
There's my point. Because I thought, well, hang on a minute. And I looked it up. And Arabica beans are the most common coffee bean you can get.
Yep.
So Robusta. They're slightly pushing it there by saying, the finest. Okay, you can have the finest, but there's millions of these things.
We should do a thing about weasel words.
Flash.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's like saying the finest vanilla ice cream. Yeah. They do this weasel words thing, don't they, in advertising? You know, are you familiar with the concept of weasel words? We should do something on that on the show one of these days, because you see it all the time. True. Sale up to 50% off. That means nothing. Up to 50% means nothing. And there's lots of that in advertising, isn't there? Marketing stuff that doesn't actually mean anything.
Yes.
But there we go.
Don't get me started on the Bill Hicks marketing sketch. But, that's for another day.
Yeah. All right, trivia question for you. Who's the only person called Oscar to have won an Oscar?
Ooh. Oscar Hammerstein.
Ah, well done. Stop. Hammerstein. Yeah. So
there you go.
There you go. You can have that for free, folks. All right, I reckon we'll go, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Do join us on the socials and tell everyone how good we are and all that.
Indeed.
And we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Captain.
Right, Captain.
See you, folks.